gonna buy my ticket at the station. Worden sa Lukovo din bilet v 22. See. I'm in the store right at the station, and what better snack to bring on a hike than a Bulgarian banichka. Okay, I'm here at the central station, having a coffee. Cappuccino, which is really good, set me back about €1, which is a really fair price. Just great to have a coffee before leaving. Here's my train ticket. Before we had sort of older format tickets, but these are obviously modern, just small pieces of paper. And I'm going to Lukovo, which is a small village just maybe 20 kilometers north of Sofia. It takes me about half an hour to get there by train. It says the number of the train, time of departure, time of arrival, and the price, which is 2 leva and 30 cents, which is just over €1 and 10 cents. Okay, I'm going to the platform, which is 13Z. Z stands for Zapad, which is west, so it's on my left hand. I suppose it's the last track. I'm below the railway lines now. But it was time to open my cider because it's still chilled and it's not busy today. Train is leaving in about 10 minutes, and just a beautiful day to hike. Who knows who we'll meet today, some other interesting passengers, travelers, or I'll just listen to some music, chill out, listen to a podcast. It's the ultimate freedom. Here's the train for today. It's a pretty short one. It's the slow train which stops at every station, so I'm just going to find a place to sit. Извинете, има ли място за един човек?
Да.
Мерси.
Какво казвам? Не може.
И всички си съберат.
Как ми си ядете така точно време? Картофчета.
Вино ще половина.
Добре. Аз понеделник съм по София, че ходя да си взем там където от фирмата. Ще ми ги върна.
Една лъскава така и ти я дойдат на работа, наредят колите. И няма къде да
Да, то си е все факт. Не знам, ти ще си решиш.
Дай го да работа. И аз моят се удържам.
Да, бе, да трябва да е прасно, защото ти не можеш да съдиш брак. Всичко друго, но... И така, така че аз понеделник съм по София, след това сяда съм на работа, четвъртък нощ и един ден почивам и баш на визитен съм пак, ама ние се чуваме тогава. Добре, мам. Добре.
Се вижда, Корил?
So here we are in Lukovo. I'm going up these stairs and I'll be right in the forest. I'm just north of Sofia, right outside, and this is the beginning of the Iskar Gorge. Also in Bulgarian, it's called the Iskarsko Defile. The river Iskar is many thousands, if not hundreds of thousands years old, due to the Danube. And over the course of many thousands of years, it has made a lot of formations into the rocks, which to be such a huge river that's made a really huge canyon. And there are no rock formations at this specific place, but a bit more to the north they start. What you do have here is a lot of kind of moderate hills, which are excellent for a hike that's not too exhausting. So I'm gonna get my 10-kilometer hike started. I've done this one before, so I know where to go. I think I know it by memory. So it's beautiful weather, a great start. And as you can see, the forest is beginning right here. Finally found a path, took me about half an hour. Basically I thought I remembered, but I didn't, so well, still found it. Here we go. I realized I remember walking here about 1 or 2 years ago, so here we go. Almost 900 meters up. This is really steep. I think I'm dressed way too warm. But well, oh, there goes my water. No. I'll pick it up. It's really steep, dressed too warm. But well, you never know, right? Looks like there's a small chance of rain. I remember this from the last time. It's basically a bit bushy. Looks like it got more bushy, but it's an interesting path, like made of stone. But well, if you look really well, you see it's a path. It's not that bushy. So I think it's cool. The thing with this route is once you're on top of the Turska Mogila, which I'm climbing now, also named the Turkish Hill, after that it's a plateau. And that's when the leisure walking, and for me the true relaxation starts. But you know what they say, no pain, no gain. So going for the top. Still a long way to go. Good, so I'm past the mountain top now of Turska Mogila. It was a long climb. There's a bit more up, and then there's a plateau. Well, basically know I had the top of Turska Mogila because there's always a stone with like a cross or something, or a small dot. So also I confirmed on the map, so I don't know what mountain this continues into. It's not mentioned on the map. Basically from there on should be a bit more steady, and basically downhill towards the town of Novi Iskar is what I'm planning, and that's basically already the city of Sofia. From there on I can take a bus or a train and get back to the city. It's a beautiful area, fresh air, lots of flowers. Look, just amazing. So what you see here is an abandoned settlement. House is made of clay and a small layer of probably paint on it, I don't know. What is for sure is that these houses and sheds are over 150 years old, if not 200, definitely. Here you see one that's collapsed with some asbestos roofing. This one, number 949, completely abandoned, about to collapse. There's a chair outside, there's a bed, a table. They even left a bottle on the table and a plate. Places like this were abandoned by shepherds. At some point, obviously, well, they left or passed away, left for the city, and just, well, you don't really take these things down because it's too heavy, and why would you anyway? So they left their homes, left their places, and it's left here to collapse, because who else would want to live on a mountain top, right? Here you can see inside. And certainly these places will collapse, one after another. And that's why it's still pretty awesome to see them as they're standing now. Because there's a touch of history. And it is how people used to live. And some shepherds still live in these remote mountains. And I'm just only 20 kilometers away from the city. Basically the city is behind this mountain. I can see the Rila Mountains really far away, which is behind Sofia even. But I obviously don't see it on camera. I can see the snowy peaks from here. I can see Vitosha from the other side, the mountain next to Sofia. So it's so close, yet so historical and just strange. It's a huge contrast with the city. So here I am on the plateau I was talking about. I can just go straight ahead now. It's absolutely beautiful. There's a bit of sun here, right in my back, nice and warm. There's a small settlement here again. This time there are people. So these live really far away from the village and from the city. Probably use a off-road truck to get here, especially for winter. It's nearly impossible. But you see it's well maintained. I remember passing by here some years ago. They get energy out of wind and sun. Who else? How else? No idea. Because there's basically no power here. No running water, I believe. But yes, there's people living like this in Bulgaria. And I don't know if you can see it, but the city, Sofia, is just there. So these people have the view on the city, which is just really cool. So close, yet so far. There's someone there. Здравейте! Добър ден! This is an inhabitant of the cottage, and this is how wind energy is made. See, there it goes. There's a small generator, but it's not windy enough to see it now. Ah, there it goes. See, beautiful. It also turns with the wind, as you see on the back. So basically you always capture the wind. Just inventive, smart, and incredible to see people just be here. Here's another small house. Could be that people live here. It looks quite maintained. Look at what a beautiful place. Nice and hilly, fresh wind. You can hold animals here. Live off the earth, grow vegetables, whatever you want. Let's see. This looks, no, it's not inhabited. Must be a shepherd's place as well, but doesn't look bad, to be honest, from what I've seen so far. Of all the hikes and all the forests I've seen, I love this type of tree the most. Just, the smell is incredible. You know, when you imagine the smell of a forest, it's this. Lots of blossoming trees right now. Stunning. It's really springtime here. This is the Partisan Monument. It's been a bit, well, decaying over the years, so I have a hard time reading it. But it mentions September 1944. Now I don't know if you can see it, but behind me the path goes down, and very far in the distance it's Sofia, the city, and Vitosha mountain. So my hike is almost over. I think I have maybe 40 minutes to get down to Novi Iskar. We'll find a bus or train. And this was a cool one, really. But it's not over yet. I'm almost back down. That's Sofia, Vitosha mountain. And the town of Novi Iskar, finally. It was a really long walk. I'm sure I did about 15 kilometers or more. Perhaps a bit more. Really cool rocky area here. It's kind of Mediterranean. Lots of dense bushes, you know. Feels like Southern Europe. Well, it is. But I've seen a lot of different landscapes now, like sort of Scandinavian forest, really dense forest. Now it's a bit rocky like this, and it's just a really cool contrast between everything that makes this one of the best hikes near Sofia, I believe. Long, but definitely worth it for the moderately trained person. So I'm gonna try to get back to the city. I'll see how. Always works out fine, so see you later. This is the bus back to Sofia. For 160 I'll take a ticket, which is about 80 cents.
Hoće bilete, imate li?
To bilecie moje. You see. Follow it like this. With a hole puncher. That's great. Passing through Novi Iskar now. Here on the right there's a psychiatric hospital, Sveti Ivan Rimski. Probably the most famous one near the city. This is the Iskar River, which is basically, which has formed the canyon that I spoke about. The whole canyon that stretches about 120 kilometers north of Sofia. And while the sun sets, I'll be heading back into the city. And that was another cool adventure. Glad you watched. Bye bye.